No, I love fun trend names like dopamine dressing, Barbie core, cottage core, whatever. Everything's fucking core right now, in case you're wondering. But this is the one that I think a lot of people I get a big reaction out of when it comes up. But I honestly think when we hear words like that, they sound very polarizing. But when we think of the execution, especially from a stylist standpoint, it's really not that hard. Hello, lady. Welcome back to the Sound for Life podcast. It's your girl, Katie. I got a super fun banger for you today. Thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful. You guys know podcasting is my jam. And my intention, as always, with this podcast is to share my current favorite lifestyle strategies and style solutions to keep you styled for life, because it's not just what we wear, it's how we live. So I'm pumped for today's episode. I don't know about you, feeling pretty good. If you haven't listened to last week's monthly roundup, holy moly, I went all in and did a whole big old deep dive, busted out the big bitch energy, talked about that for a minute, and really dove into creating a toolbox of tools and strategies as we begin to head into the darker, cooler seasons or months. It is a season. And it was a really good episode. So I don't know about you, where you live, but I've already started to see all the memes floating around, my seasonal depression and blaming it on the pumpkin lattes and just like all this funny shit, right? And while memes are one of my love languages, it's really not funny. And I hate it, and I've struggled with it for so long, and now I'm just gonna talk about it and own it and just let it be what it is. I have this thing of where I don't like to show or say that I'm struggling with something, because I instantly feel like people are judging me and I shouldn't be struggling with anything, because my life is amazing, and my life is amazing. But I really don't not like having sunshine. It fucks with me. But I really think it's because of being a byproduct of not giving myself some permissions and using the tools that are in my toolbox, which is what last week's monthly roundup was all about. So today's episode, I'm really, really pumped about, is one of those tools, which of course is clothes. And there's so many fun trends coming in for fall. Back in the spring, I talked about 2022 theme of the year being dopamine dressing. And it's still here, and it's going to continue into 2023, dopamine dressing. And there's one trend in particular that I would like to call out because, well, it's October and it's the month to wear pink, and in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we all know someone who's been impacted by it, and we want to save the tatas. Let's talk about pink. And let's talk about one of my favorite trends, and the trend that I love to hate, and the word that I love to hate and say out loud: Barbie core. Now, I love fun trend names like dopamine dressing, Barbie core, cottage core, whatever. Everything's fucking core right now, in case you're wondering. But this is the one that I think a lot of people I get a big reaction out of when it comes up. But I honestly think when we hear words like that, they sound very polarizing. But when we think of the execution, especially from a stylist standpoint, it's really not that hard. And the intention behind this trend is to feel good, right? So we saw pink in brighter colors enter the scene last fall 2021. And then spring of 2022, insert dopamine, insert Barbie movie is getting redone, and every fucking celebrity showed up for every big event, it feels like, wearing pink, right? I even dyed my hair pink, I had my pink wash, and it's all the rage. So it's the Barbie core is coming to life, right? It was an early adopter thing, and then that started in spring, and now here we are, fall 2022, and it's red hot. We have passed the point of like early adopters. And if you go into Target, pretty sure that you're going to find some pink, hyper pink, bright pink, shades of pink. So I thought it'd be really fun to just do this episode, like I said, tie it back to breast cancer awareness, drop it in October, and really talk about how and why to wear pink. Like I said, one is one of those dopamine enhancing or releasing colors that makes you feel amazing. Let's put it in the toolbox and use it this season to beat those winter blues, because I don't know how you can feel bad when you're wearing bright pink, because it's an amazing color. And it's funny because when I think about my own journey with pink, there has been many years where like, I would not wear pink. I would not buy pink because I felt like pink was just being shoved down my throat because I was a girl. And when I was a little girl, I definitely had this really big sporty tomboy side. And I was like, I don't want to always just be in this box and I don't want to wear pink. But pink has exploded in the last couple of years. I mean, I'm going to say like social media, right? Like when rosé became really popular because of social media and everything needs to be pink, 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 right? And then I don't know if Barbie's never not been popular, but there's definitely been this rise of Barbie in the last year or so, and you had the remake of the movie. Well, the backstory from that, from my perspective and what I think the trend perspective is, whenever we go through something really, really hard and challenging in our lives, there's always this sense of nostalgia. There's always this sense of safety and nostalgia. And it always makes us feel good and comfortable. So let me play out the scenario for you. The pandemic hits, and all we talked about was returning things to normal. I just want things to be normal. I just want things to be normal. You said it, I said it, we all said it, right? Then someone coined the fucking term new normal, which is irritating as hell. But in reality, that's all you ever have is a new normal, right? Because no matter what, once you've experienced a life event, once you've learned something, you can't unlearn it. You can't unexperience it. Your life will never be the same. And that's why, like, as we change, good or bad, there's always this celebration, sometimes with the big change, accompanied with grief. There's always two feelings. There's always the duality of feelings that comes with stuff. And when we think of things, not sometimes, most of the time, we distort or eliminate memories, and we always put like the way things were on a pedestal. I remember my husband and I doing this very specifically one time. I can't remember what we were going through. It's been years now. I just remember the conversation, and we were like, oh, don't you remember when things were simple? And we would like commute to work together, and we would do this and we'd do that. I just want to go back to that. And we were both like in that moment of like, yeah. And then I don't know which one of us was like, oh, but also these 5 fucking things sucked really bad during then too. And we were like, oh, that's funny. Look how we were like putting this idea of nostalgia on a pedestal. And we do that a lot as humans. So insert Barbie. She makes you feel comfortable, even though we could take Barbie and we could talk about all the reasons why it's not appropriate because she's filled some of her body image issues, right? But we're going to put that one on a back burner for a second. And we're just going to talk about pink and why to wear pink. So the part I really love about pink is the psychology behind the color pink, right? Like certain colors release certain hormones or chemicals in your brain when you see them. So when I think of pink and what pink is mostly associated with, and that's where the chemical reactions typically come from, is the association, right? Because again, we've been trained or we've learned these things over time based on our experiences in our society and our culture. So you receive this through your lens, but the psychology behind pink, which some of these things, words I'm going to use, I would say that most people would agree with. But I think there's a lot of different words that can filter into this that you can use based on your experience. So when I think of pink, I think of maiden energy. I think of whether it's bright ass Barbie pink or pale pink, both of which, and we'll talk about shades of pink in just a second on how to wear them this season. But for me, it's the psychology of the color pink. And when I think of pink, it's maiden energy, it's the newness, it's the freshness, it's youthful, it's energetic, it's curious, it's fun, It's playful, it's feminine, and it can be bold, and it can be relevant, right? You think about those words that I just listed, the emotions and the associations that you have with them. Are any of those words the words that you desire to feel this fall? Do you want to feel more youthful, energetic? Do you need more fun, more play in your life? Do you desire to feel more feminine in your life? Curious is a really big one for me, right? Like, I am on a mission to stay curious around things in my business, like why someone's reacting to good or bad to something that I'm creating in my business. And I can take it away from my self-worth, right? So when I think of pink, again, that fresh, new, young, youthful maiden energy, that woman who doesn't know everything yet, but isn't afraid to try. A lot of people say that we go through like the cycle and you're the maiden and then you're the mother and then you're the crone, and I'm sure I just fucked this up, and you're the wise woman, right? But I think at any point in your life, you can be all of those because you're always going to be new to something. You're always going to be mothering and nurturing something, and you're always going to have a fuck ton of wisdom on something, whether you're an actual maiden, an actual mother, or actual crone, right? It doesn't matter. Those energies ebb and flow throughout your life depending on what you're dealing with. I personally, don't know about you, could always use the energetic, youthful, playful, curious energy in my life. So when I think of the color pink, that is what that means to me. That's the dopamine dressing. That's how I'm going to wear pink, right? So this fall, when we think of Barbiecore and we think of pink, there's two big shades that you're going to see that'll be easily shoppable for you. So there's going to be this hyper pink, which is going to be this really intense, like a magenta fuchsia pink that's really closely associated with like the bright Barbie pink, right? We're already seeing it in the spring and the fall. My bathing suit this summer was that color. I have a shirt that color. I'm like literally looking at it. And then on the flip side of that, there's this like bubble gum baby pink color that's really popular. Again, you've already seen me on Instagram wear some of these colors. I have a color blocking shirt, which we'll talk about in a second, in that color, and a ribbed sweater dress for the fall in that color. So these are these two fun shades of pink, and they actually work really, really well together. So I wanted to go through and give you some hot, easy tips on how to wear them this fall and why you should wear them. You should wear them if you want to feel any of those words. The combination of how you wear them, which one of these style solutions I'm going to offer you, then can dictate the words or the feeling or the mood or the energy that you want to tap into, right? I'm going to give you some really fun combinations, and then you can decide if that feels youthful, playful, fun for you, or does that feel bold and relevant and outgoing for you, right? You take that into consideration. So let's hop into how to wear pink for the fall. Number one, the easiest way to wear pink this fall, because pink typically is not a fall color. It's not a color that we associate with fall or winter, which is what I'm so fucking excited about. And you might be thinking like, wow, I'm just going to wear my pink dress from the summer and keep going into fall. And you could absolutely do that. But I think the way to really make this work for you this fall is to lean into heavier fabrics for fall. So think of things like corduroy. So I actually have a lavender corduroy jumpsuit for the fall, but it could be pink. It could be the bubblegum pink or even the hyper pink. So we want to lean into the fabrics and heavier weights. So think of corduroys, wools, knits. So all of those make me think of sweaters. It could be some wool pants. It could be a knit sweater. Any of those heavier fabrics in the actual color pink is a great way to incorporate it. Or you're going to pair your summer, spring items with those heavier fabrics to give them the fall feel. So one way to incorporate pink into your fall wardrobe this season is with the fabrics, the weight of the fabrics, either matching the color with the fabric, meaning that the fabric is the color, or taking your summer and spring pieces and layering them with heavier, weightier fabrics that are typically associated with the fall. So like wool coats, I've seen some wool coats, some wool trench coats this season that have the bubblegum pink weaved into the design that have been really beautiful. The next way that you can work pink into fall is super easy. It's by pairing it with your neutrals. So I think pink is one of those colors that people are like, my husband's going to love this episode because I've said pa 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 so many times. Pink is one of those colors that sometimes feel intimidating to match with certain colors. It's one of those ones that very quickly we're like, I don't know how to wear it, right? Like that's why I'm just going to keep wearing black because black's easy. Black and white and gray, like it goes with everything. I think honestly that pink goes with everything. It goes with literally almost every color I can think of at the top of my head. But here are some really good examples. So ways to think about it. So if you want to keep it light and you're like, yes, I want to wear pink, but I'm not feeling like but so adventurous, and you want to go for a youthful, like feminine vibe in your style, if those are some of the style words that you like are striving for. And if you're like, Kitty, you keep saying style words, I don't know what that means. Anytime I work with a client, I always say, like, what are your 3 words? What are your guiding words right now that are going to help you get dressed every morning for the way that you want to feel? How do you want to feel? Now, those 3 words can change, but I would say typically during different seasons of life, we're usually striving for roughly the same thing for at least 3 to 6 months. So what are your style words? And if you want to feel like youthful and approachable, playful even, but definitely like the feminine vibe, then pair your pink with your favorite neutrals. So pair your pink with black, pair your pink with gray or white or navy. Camel is actually a really good color combination, I would say, for the fall. So like it's gonna be really easy to find camel boots. So you could do like your camel boots, your jeans, and a pink sweater. Easy peasy. If you want to feel more grounded, so like if you want to feel grounded and playful this fall, then pair your pink with brown or olive. Pink and olive is a really underrated color combination. It's so beautiful. If you have green eyes, I think this is a really fun color combination. I saw one of my other stylist friends wearing it, and I was like, yes. So you can wear the bubblegum pink or the hyper pink with olive and look amazing. So when olive, if you have an olive jacket or some olive pants or a skirt or even like camo, like what a fun color combination that would be. And brown. Brown is supposed to be the new black this fall. There will be no shortage of brown this fall. So pink and brown is another really fun color combination. I'm thinking back to when I had my son 13 years ago, and all the nurseries were pink and brown or blue and brown. So it's definitely a color combination that works. If you're like, that's great, and I'm not sure how I feel about pink, but I am kind of attracted to the hyper pink, then I invite you to do what I love to do with hyper pink and use it as a pop of color. So you guys know simple styles are my jam. Really simple, clean, but polished looks are my go-to, right? So give me a black tank, give me a white tank, and my jeans and some fun pops of color, and I feel like my highest, truest self. So I like this with the hyper pink this season, not so much the bubblegum pink, but lips, hello. That's my whole entire brand photo shoot. So if you like my brand photo shoot, that's what I did. I did pops of pink with my lipstick and my belt and my brand photo shoot, right? And both of those colors, I did the hyper pink and the baby pink. See how long trends have been around? That photo shoot was in 2021. And now here we are heading into fall 2022, 2023, and these colors are still really relevant today. So you can incorporate pink with pops of colors. So your lips, your nails, shoes are a big one, handbags, and belts. Those are some of my favorite ways. I obviously dove deep into Barbie core and my brand new style guide, How to Shop Like a Stylist. And I have style outfit formulas for all of these. And like totally going to give it away, but I definitely have style outfit formulas in there on how to incorporate it with bright pink shoes. And it's really cute and really easy. And you might be thinking, oh, the fuck, bright pink shoes, but you would be surprised. There's so many different ways to wear it. Next way that I think would be so amazing for you to work in pink this fall is super bold color combinations. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. So again, if you've been following along on this journey for any time, you know that pink and green and pink and orange are two of my favorite color combinations ever on this planet. This fall, this spring and summer, I was all about my pink and green. My travel capsule when we did some summer traveling was pink and green with some neutrals. Almost all the spring pieces I invested in this season were pink and green. And this fall, I've really then transitioned into the pink and orange. So whether you want to do the bold complementary colors, so pink and green, they're complementary on the color wheel, pink and blue. Like if you're thinking like, oh, I want like a pink and the cobalt blue, that's really popular right now. You can really lean in if bold and bright and energetic are some of your style words. I really encourage you to lean in with really bold complementary colors, the pink and the green, or the orange and the pink. So orange and pink are technically analogous colors. When you look at the color wheel, that means they're right beside each other on the color wheel. And that's been the biggest color combination I've seen this fall. So I'm going to get real fucking nerdy on you. Pink and green for spring and summer makes a lot of sense because where I live, it's really green. The leaves are really green, right? We associate green with blooming, with new energy, with a fresh start. And then that carries into the summer. Now we enter spooky season and the fall, and orange and black and purple like runs supreme. So taking the baby pink, bubblegum pink, and pairing it with orange is chef's kiss color combination that you can rock this fall that I am obsessed with. Another fun way to take those bright, bold color combinations and rock them is in a monochromatic look or color blocking. So color blocking, as you've seen on my Instagram photos and different things like that, and in emails I've sent out recently, is, where you take the two colors and literally do just that. So whether the color blocking's in your dress, whether the color blocking's in the sweater, or you're creating the color blocks with your own clothes, it's a super fun way. And it's also one of the really big trends for the season, the two-tone color blocking trend that I told you I'm absolutely obsessed with. So for my ladies who like classic, casual, dramatic styles, this is for you. If you're not so much the boho, flower, frilly, romantic style type, color blocking is your jam. Now for my ladies who are more romantic and like florals, really fun way to incorporate the pink is by getting silhouettes and things that have more ruffles, more lace, more details, and things like that. So depending on your style, personality, there's lots of different fun ways to do it. But this season for fall, it's really geared towards that color blocking, that two-tone, that drama, that dopamine hit that we're all going to be searching for as it continues to get cold. And then monochromatic. So monochromatic is wearing one color. That's what monochromatic means, right? So we're one color head to toe, but it doesn't mean that those colors can't be different shades. So what I love around pink this season, and the two most popular shades are that bubblegum pink and that hyper pink, that really bold magenta fuchsia color. They actually pair really well together. So if you have like the bold shoes, feel free to pair them with your bubblegum accessories or your bubblegum dress or your bubblegum sweater or whatever that looks like for you. So lots of fun ways to wear pink this season. Pair it with your weighted fabrics, your corduroys, your wools, your heavy knits. Pair it with your neutrals. Whatever that favorite neutral is for you. We all have one that looks good on us. It makes us shine. So your whites, your blacks, your navy, your camels, your beiges. or pair pink with your grounded colors. Like, what are your grounded colors? When I think of grounded colors, literally, I go straight to brown or olive. Camel could probably fall in there too. Rock pink as your pop of color. Hello, this is the one that I'm the most into, right? Because lips are a super easy way to lean into this trend this season. And if you want brand recommendations on that, let me know. I got you. And then your bold color combinations. So your complementary colors, your analogous colors, monochromatic or color blocking. So pinks and greens and pinks and oranges, pinks and blues, all of that. It's going to be so fun. And you get to experiment. You can either use the October energy when everyone's wearing pink to experiment and dive in, or really pair it to your style words. How do you want to feel? How does it make you feel alive? Do you feel energetic, youthful, playful, curious, fun, bold, romantic? That energy, whatever it is that you are pulling in, that you are trying to channel. Tap into it this season with pink. Now is the time for you to do some experimenting with that Barbie core. If you're like, Katie, I'm still freaking out a little bit and I don't know how to shop for this, you can definitely go download my brand new style guide, How to Shop Like a Stylist. Get your $10 off with code SQUAD. So $29 brings it down to $19. And I literally walk you through the whole process, how to define your style personality, know what it is. I got a quiz for that. I'll walk you through building some confidence in your closet. I'll walk you through building your fall staples. I will teach you all about all the trends, not just the Barbie core. I have outfit formulas done for you and links to shop all of these things. I've made it super easy for you to shop and wear pink this season. And now you know why, so that you can feel amazing and tap into that really awesome energy. So if you want more color support, more style support, you can always DM me on Insta or email me at katie@katiejuststyled.com. I'd be happy to hear from you. I hope today's episode helped you get super confident on how you want to lean into pink. Obviously, I love pink. I'm sitting here recording with my pink lips on the wall, and there is really big fun energy there that can tap you in to make you feel your best as you navigate this new season. So just remember, style isn't just about what you wear, it's how you live. See you on the flip side.